Hello friends, Namaste. So today we are going to solve the problems on projections of solids. So the problem is been given over here. So we are going to note down what is the first step is. The first step is we need to identify the type of prism. So here that they are telling that it is a square prism of 25 mm and 60 axis length rest on one of its corners of the base. So this is very important. So that is the first data which is required for us to write the first step. So that is has been written over here. The main thing is it is resting on corner and it is a square prism and it is of 25 mm. So now I am going to write a square in such a way that one of its corner is coming to the right side. Okay, so that's why first I have drawn a horizontal line. First I am going to just mark one corner. So then with the help of protractor I am going to measure how much from here. It is 45 degree. Then from the same I am going to measure downwards. It is also 45 degree. So next I am going to join this with a thin line, very thin line. Okay, so for the sake of explanation I am just little bit drawing little bit darker. Okay, while actually a drawing it must be of thin line. And the square measures how much? It is measuring how much? It is measuring 25 mm. With the help of compass and scale we are going to measure 25. From this corner I am going to mark 25 and from here I am going to cut it over here. I got three corners. From here I am going to cut on this horizontal line. So after this you just erase this extra lines so that it will be very legible to see. So next join this and also join here. So this is how we have to draw the square in a corner condition. That means one of the corner must come to the right side. Okay, you got this one. So next thing is we have to give the naming. So it will be having top face and bottom face. Top face will be visible whereas the bottom face is not visible. Hence the top face I am going to name it as A, B, C, D, and the bottom face must be in parenthesis A1, B1, C1, and this one is D1 because this is not visible. Next, how to locate the center? You have to draw the diagonals, and this we are going to call it as center O and O1, and only the square must be dark. Okay, got this one. So next we have to what we have to do? We have to draw the projection upwards. Okay, so let me draw from here and also from here, projection from all the corners. And how much is this? The axis is how much? 60 mm. From the center measure 60. I am going to draw a axis line like this, one large line followed by small line. Now, so what is this name? I am going to name it as A1. See, when the observer is looking from this, I am writing which view? This is a front view and this one is top view. So when I am observing from here, A1 is visible, B1 is visible, C1 is visible, and corresponding top corners also visible and corresponding vertical edges are also visible. Therefore, A1 dash is visible. So this is a B1 dash and also this one is C1 dash. Here D1 dash is invisible, therefore it must be in parenthesis. Next I am going to draw the vertical edges like this. As I told, see, A dash is visible, B dash is visible, D1 dash is not visible. See here, B1, O1, D1 is in a same line. So therefore, so O is going to come here, and this is the C dash. Okay, See, we have to give importance to it one vertical edges. Therefore, B1 dash and B dash is visible. Since it is overlapping on the axis, we have to give importance to the vertical edges. Therefore, this must be dark. Okay, I hope you got this one. So this is step number 1. So next, what is this? How much dimension you have to write it? Dimensions. So this is 25, and what is axis axis length? So they are given it as 60. Okay, so this is the step number 1. Now, what is the step number 2? Inclination with respect to HP. So here they are given that the axis is inclined at an angle of how much? 40 degree to HP. Okay, since here the axis line is parallel to the vertical edges, if I incline any one of the vertical edges to the required angle, the axis also inclined at the given angle. So which is the corner to the right side? C1. So that is the resting corner. So this one I am going to take it as what? C1 dash. From here I am going to measure how much? It should measure 40, since inclination with respect to the HP. Then from here I am going to draw a line, thin line, which is at an angle of how much? 60. Now with the help of compa, take the measurement from C1 dash to C dash, cut the arc. So what is this? So this is a C dash. Okay, so next we have to repeat it over. You have to transfer from here to here. So from here I am going to draw a perpendicular line to this one. From here also I am going to draw the perpendicular lines. Then take the measurement from C1 dash to A1 dash, cut the arc. Here also it will be same, cut the arc. Then take the measurement from C1 dash to B1 dash and cut the arc. Here also repeat the same thing. Okay, so next I am going to join this. Okay, I am going to give the namings. So this one is what? B1 dash, D1 dash in bracket O1 dash. So same B dash in bracket D dash in bracket O dash. So what this one? A1 dash, and this one is A dash. Any extra lines, please erase this. What is the next step? So next we have to show the angle over here. So how much is this? This is 40 degree. So next we need to draw the top view. I am going to draw the projection downwards. First I am going to at the bottom face. So this is a vertical projection and corresponding horizontal projection. Give the namings. So this one is a A1. In the same way, draw the projection from here and name this one, and this one is C1. Draw the vertical projection from B1 dash and D dash, and from here and do the naming. So this one is D1 and this one is B1, and any extra line please erase it. Next, in the same way I am going to locate the center. What is the center? O1 dash. So here, so not dash, it is only O1. Now I am going to represent the top view. Top view is the A1. So this is the top face A, and I have to represent the, this one is C, this one is D, and this one is B. okay, and also this one is O. So now we have to draw the top view. So there are different rules are there to write the visible and invisible edges. So let me explain you by step method. Okay, what is the first step? You have to identify the resting edge or corner. In this case, the square prism is resting on one of its corner, which is that corner C1 dash. So the resting corner must be in bracket. So the any lines which are going from this C1, so that will be invisible. So there will be a line from C1 to B1. So there is a line from C1 to D1, and so there is a line from where to where, C1 to C. So these are the lines invisible. Why it is invisible? Because it is resting on corner. Uh, so corner C1, any lines which are going from here, it will be invisible. This is the step number 1. The step number 2 is identify the face nearer to the observer. So this is a top face and this is a bottom face. So which face is near to the observer? That is the top face. So top face, which is represented as A, B, C, D. So that must be dark. So this is step number 2. So step number 3 is draw the outermost must be dark. So this is the outermost, D to D1. Next D1 to A1. A1 to B1. Next B1 to B. So this is the outermost. This is the third step. The fourth step is identify the remaining vertical edge. The remaining vertical edge must be dark. See, so in a square prism, how many vertical edges are there? There are 4 vertical edges are there. B1 to B is joined, A to C1 to C is joined, D1 to D is joined. Only remaining vertical edge is A1 to A. So that must be dark. Okay, got this one? Okay, so this is O1. I hope you got this one. So this is step number 2. So this is a top view. Next step number 3, that is inclination with respect to VP. In the problem they are telling that the axis is appears to be inclined at an angle of how much? At 45 degree to VP. Since there is a word called as appears, so this is a normal problem. If you don't find a word called as appears, then you have to check for beta. So that kind of problems we will go to the in the next videos. Okay, so now inclination with respect to VP is the axis appears to be inclined at an angle of 45 degree to VP. So this is a normal problem. So what I am going to do is first draw a line which is parallel to XY line and take any corresponding point. From here, how much I am going to measure? I am going to measure 45 degree. From here, I am going to draw a line. So thin line, you have to draw the thin line. So this is a how much? 45 degree. Okay, so now I am going to enclose this in a box so that it is very easy for me to shift this object from here to there. I am going to enclose this in a box. I am going to name it as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, in all my drawings I am going to write in such a way that the bottom face always comes near to the observer. So therefore first I am going to locate the corner C. So what I am going to do, with the help of compass I am going to measure the distance from A1 to C. Okay, I am going to cut the arc. So what is this? So this is a A1. So next what I am going to do is I am going to draw a perpendicular lines from here. First I am going to draw the reference box, so that's why I am doing this. First I need to draw the reference box. So next take the measurement from C to 3. So C to 3. It will be same from A1 to 4. Cut the arc. So next take the measurement from C to 2. Cut the arc. And A1 to 1. Cut the arc. So what is this? So this one is 2, 3, 1 and 4. You got the box. Now I am going to draw the box first. Okay. After drawing this, I need to find identify the remaining corners. See, B1B is between 1 and 2. So therefore take the measurement from 1 to B. 1 to B. Cut the arc. And it will be same from 2 to B. Cut the arc. So name this one. So this is B1 and this one is B. In the same way take the measurement from D1 to 4. D1 to 4. D1 and D is between 4 and 3. Cut the arc. And here also I am going to cut the arc. So this will be D1 and D. Okay. So next identify C1. So take the measurement from A1 to C. Okay. A1 to C1. Cut the arc. Take the measurement from C to A. Cut the arc. Okay. So this one is C1 and this one is A. Okay. Next, in the same way, we have to locate the center. C1 to O. Cut the arc. Here also take the measurement C to O. Cut the arc. So this one is O1, and this one is O. Okay, got this one. So next what we have to do is we have to redraw the same thing over here. Okay, C1 to D1 invisible, C1 to B1 is invisible, C1 to C is invisible. So invisible must be dashed lines, discontinuous lines. Okay. So next we have I am going to redraw the things same what I explained earlier. Okay, my friends, I hope you are getting that. I am redrawing the same thing over here. Okay, the last line. Okay, so what is the next thing? So next thing we have to draw the projections and draw the final view. Okay, so let me draw it quickly. First I will start with the bottom face, this C1. So C1 vertical projection, horizontal projection, this is C1. In the same way I am drawing the projection for D1. vertical projection and horizontal projection. This is the d1 dash. Next here I am going to draw the vertical projection as well as horizontal projection. So this one is b1 dash. Next finally I have to represent the a1. What is this? This is a a1 dash. In the same way, locate the center axis. What is this? This is the o1 dash. In the same way, locate all the corners regarding the top face. So this is a b. See, right, this one is a horizontal projection of b dash. So where both are going to meet, that is the b dash. Next one is d. So this one is d dash. So next one is a. This is a dash. So next one is C, last. So you have to draw projection, horizontal and vertical projection one by one and locate it. It will be very easy for you. Otherwise it will be very difficult. See, after drawing this, now it is a time to write the final view. So once again I will tell you step by step method how to draw the visible and invisible edges. Okay, so first step, identify the face near to the observer. See, the observer will be looking from this side. So this is the bottom face and this one is top face. So which face is near to the observer? That is the bottom face. So therefore the bottom face must be dark. So that is represented as A1, B1, C1, D1. So therefore bottom face must be dark. So what is this? This is a step number 1. Now the step number 2 is identify the outermost must be dark. Outermost boundary must be dark. So I will start with C1. The outermost is C dash. Okay. The next outermost is B dash. The next outermost is A dash. Next outermost is C, A dash to A1 dash. Okay, so this is how we have to draw the outermost. So what is the next step? Third step is, see, since bottom face is near to the observer, in this bottom face, after the boundary, identify the top corner. Which is the top corner? B1 dash. The vertical edge which is going from B1 dash to B dash, it will be dark. See, all the top edges, you have to identify the top corners after the boundary. So here we have only one top corner, that is B1 dash. So the vertical edge which is going from here to here, so that will be dark. So after this, what is the next step? Identify the untouched corner. So which is the untouched corner? So that is a D dash is the untouched corner. So therefore that must be placed inside the parenthesis. Now any line which is going from this will be invisible. So which are those? So there will be a line from D1 to A1, D dash to A dash. So there is a line from D dash to C dash. We don't have any line from D dash to B dash. So next we have a vertical edge from D dash to D. Okay. So how many lines are invisible in this problem? So 3 lines are invisible. Which are those? D1 dash to D dash, D dash to C dash, D dash to A dash. And one more thing, we have to represent the axis. That is very much important. If you miss this, you're going to miss the 2 marks. So what is this? O dash. So from here to here it will be axis line. How to draw the axis line? Large line, small line. Large line, small line. Large line, small line. So this is the axis. Okay. So this is the final front view. This is the final top view. So this is how you have to solve this problem. Okay. Thank you. Namaste.